Greetings and salutations. Happy Sunday. It is another small channel analytics Sunday. As always, I'm going to invite you to try to say that. Ma'am. Greetings and salutations. Happy small channel analytics Sunday. Bow, 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 bow. I know that you're here for another riveting video about numbers about my YouTube channel as a brand new baby, teeny tiny content creator here on YouTube. I was going to give a whole spiel before jumping into the numbers of the channel, but my cat Marshmallow kept interrupting me, so I'm taking that as a sign to leave that for its own video. So, without further ado, let's jump into the numbers, shall we? All right, we're starting with our monthly overview. This is for the last 28 days. We've got 123 views, 6.3 hours of watch time, and 8 new friends here in my little party on the internet. Welcome, everybody. 6.3 hours of watch time is 14,711% more than the previous 28 days. I'd say that's pretty good. But I also want to draw your attention to the shape of this graph. You can see that most recently, within the last little bit of time, we have even though it's very spiky, we've got a lot of ups and downs, we're trending upward. The number of time that people are watching is going up. So I'm considering that a very good sign. That was for the last 28 days. Let's look at the last 7 days. I've gotten 42 views in the last 7 days, which is 200% more than last week, which is great news because we were down last week if you watched that one. Funny enough, last week's analytics video is the one that has garnered the most views at 13 views, followed by my Wednesday video, which has brought in 8 views. That's about how hopelessness can make you feel like there's no point in taking care of your money. It is a bit of a ramble. It's longer than most of my other videos, but if that's something that interests you, if you like to have a video on in the background while you're doing chores and stuff, definitely go give it a watch. Interestingly, I've got a lot of videos on my channel that have gotten a few views this last week, including my channel analytics from week 2, my debt-free graduation video, and a bunch of my shorts. So to me, it looks like somebody was going through and binging a bunch of my content. So hello, welcome. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. These could all just be individual videos or individual people that happened to cross my videos, but I don't know. I don't know. Um, if this is one person who has binged my channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. I bet you have, though. All right, let's look at watch time. In the last 7 days, 3.3 hours. That's not bad. 264% more than the previous 7 days. I am a little surprised given how low my views were for my most recent video on Wednesday about hopelessness and finances. That has brought in the most watch time, 1.2 hours. That's great. The video itself was about half an hour, or maybe even longer than that, 40-ish minutes. So that means that while it didn't get a lot of views, people are sticking around to watch a while of it. Amazing. So, yeah, that is really interesting to me because it makes me think that it's a topic that not a lot of people are interested in and want to click on, but the people who are interested and do click are sticking around to watch it. Next up, we have subscribers. For the last 7 days, I've gained 3 subscribers, 200% more than the previous 7 days. I don't think I got any new subscribers in the last 7 days, but I could be wrong. I don't know. 2 of these 3 new friends came from last week's Journey to Monetization channel analytics video. So thank you so much for contributing to my goal of reaching 100 subscribers by the end of this month. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so those were overall channel statistics. Let's look at more specific content statistics. So the overview for content stats in the last 28 days. 85 views, up 8,400% from the previous 28 days. 6.2 thousand impressions. So YouTube has shown my content to 6.2 thousand people in the last month, which is 104,066% more than the previous 28 days. Overall, impressions click-through rate is just under 1%, 0.9%, which is not great. I am trying to increase that because that impressions click-through rate is the metric for how good my title and thumbnail are. And then average view duration, 420. Nice. I've been saying this in all of my videos, but that 4 minutes and 20-second average view duration for the channel is artificially inflated to be a little high because I always watch my full video all the way through. You have to be your own biggest cheerleader. Still in all, hey, listen, we'll take it. Now we're going to have a look at the last 2 videos that I posted since last week's update, including last week's update. We're going to start there. So, pulling up information for last week's analytics update, which was titled What 3 Weeks on YouTube Really Looks Like Analytics Breakdown Journey to Monetization, Episode 3. 13 views, 0.9 hours of watch time, and 2 new subscribers. 13 views is, I think, about on average for my long form content, so that's pretty good. Almost an hour of watch time, also not bad. I'll take it. And 2 new friends, amazing. Any new friends is amazing. Audience retention, average view duration for this video specifically looks like about 4 minutes and 17 seconds, which is 1/4 of the video, which better than nothing. Let's see what we can do to get that number higher. I would really love for people to stick around and watch the whole thing more. Moving on to more specific data for this video, 823 impressions. This is lower than some of my first videos that I posted, but it is higher than last week. So again, we're moving back in the right direction. This is a good sign. 1.2% impressions click-through rate, better than my normal, right? That's better than my channel average. My channel average, if you recall, was 0.9%. So 1.2, again, moving in the right direction. Like I said earlier, 13 views, 8 unique viewers. So multiple people are watching this multiple times. I don't know what that means. Why would I have 13 views and 8 unique viewers? That's a little bit of a head scratcher for me. Whatever. People found my video 30% through browse features. So that would be your just YouTube feed. 23.1% of people found it through channel pages, which I believe means that you found it from my channel. So maybe you found a different video of mine that was recommended to you and you decided to watch that video by thumbing through my channel. 23.1% through suggested videos on other people's content. 15% direct or unknown. Maybe, I don't know what that means. And then 7% YouTube search. I am most interested in content suggesting this video because that tells me whether or not my SEO is working. If YouTube is suggesting my video on content that is related to it, then that tells me that my title and descriptions are legible to YouTube. YouTube understands who might want to watch my video, which helps narrow down what I need to work on to keep improving my clickability and getting people to come and stay. So this is a new development. This has never happened before, but one person clicked on my video from another one of my videos. So my hypothesis that the channel pages statistics that we just saw came from somebody who was clicking from my channel, I think that's what that is. So somebody clicked on this video from last week's channel analytics video. Somebody clicked on this video from how I built an AI agent with DeepSeek AI to create faceless YouTube videos. So somebody else who is interested in making their own YouTube channel. Very exciting. Super happy for you. I hope you put in some personal effort and don't just lean on AI to make your content. It is more work and it's worth it. I'm going to make a video about this later, but yeah. And then one person clicked on this from the four most profitable businesses to start in 2025. So all of these things are telling me that YouTube is on the right track with showing the content in this video to people who might want to watch it. I think that the person who's watching all three of these videos would definitely benefit from watching this video. So that's great news. That tells me that my title and description are legible to YouTube. YouTube knows who might want to watch it. That's, like I said, it's super helpful for me to narrow down that, like, working on my SEO is not going to be the thing that moves the needle at getting more people to find me and click on my content. Moving on to engagement for this video. Like I said, 0.9 hours of watch time, average view duration 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And then audience, we've got 3 returning viewers. That is very exciting. As I always mention in these videos, one of those returning viewers is me. So really we've got 2 returning viewers, which makes sense. As I was saying earlier, it kind of looks like somebody went through my channel and kind of binged a bunch of my content, so you would be in one of those returning viewers. Awesome. 8 unique viewers, 2 new subscribers. So clearly somebody is enjoying my content enough to join my little internet party. So again, thank you. So that was information on last week's channel analytics video. Let's move on to data from my Wednesday normal content series, my non-analytics content series. The video that I posted this past Wednesday was titled Hopelessness is Destroying Your Finances. If you are interested in exploring how your own feelings of hopelessness for the future, for this country, etc., are maybe unconsciously causing you to sabotage your own personal finances, give it a watch. This is something that I have been personally working through a lot off screen in my own life. And I've had a lot of really profound mindset shifts in the last few weeks, and I share some of those in that video. However, it is long, it is meandering. It's probably a good video to put on in the background while you are cleaning. Not one to take notes from. We'll just say that. It's very disorganized. It's a little bit all over the place, but whatever. Okay, numbers. We have 8 views. 1.2 hours of watch time, 0 subscribers. So, as I was saying when I was looking at the overview for this, low view count, but people are sticking around longer for this video, even though fewer people have clicked it. So, it seems like the title and thumbnail maybe really resonated with some people and decided to stick around, but not a lot of people. I don't know. Let's get more into the details. 643 impressions, 0.8% impressions click through rate, 8 views, 8 unique viewers. 87.5% of my viewers found this video through suggested videos, and 12.5% found it through browse features. So this is very interesting. I'm going to be really keen to see what videos were suggesting this, because I think, again, if the videos that YouTube is suggesting this video on don't make sense, then that low impression click-through rate makes sense. So let's go find out, shall we? Content suggesting this video about hopelessness and finances. 3 steps to make money on social media in 2025. Gary V. Keynote, Newtown High School. Okay. Create your 2025 vision now and achieve success. Okay. If you can spare me 6 minutes, you'll get 10 years of your life back. That video is actually shown to me on my feed. That's very interesting. The 17 secrets to a successful relationship. And finally, rebuilding your life, a step-by-step guide. Okay, so this is really, really good information because I think that YouTube is showing this video to the right people. YouTube is showing this video to people who are trying to improve their lives and their finances and make their lives better. So I do think that once again, it seems like my SEO for this video is clicking with YouTube. But maybe my title and my thumbnail isn't clicking with the people who have clicked on these suggested videos. So perhaps there's something to explore here as far as their titles and thumbnails. Moving on to engagement for my hopelessness and finances video. As I said before, 1.2 hours of watch time, average view duration 9 minutes and 44 seconds. That is twice as much as my average view duration on my whole channel, and even on the last video, which got me 2 subscribers. So, as I said, this is a uh, longer video. So, percentages wise, I think it's probably about the same. But people are sticking around to watch more of this video than they stick around to watch some of my other videos. So, I don't know. If anything, I feel like what I'm gathering from this is that the rambling, the meandering is some people's serious cup of tea and not for others. Maybe. I don't know. Finally, moving on to audience. 1 returning viewer, that's me. 8 unique viewers, 0 subscribers. So, again, it seems like people who are new to me clicked on that, watched a bit of it, didn't stick around, which is okay. You don't have to stick around if you don't want to. I only want you to hang out with me if you want to be here. Last but not least, we are going to take a look at my long form normal video from 2 weeks ago about my plan to graduate debt free, because in last week's channel analytics video, my hypothesis with why this video didn't perform very well was because it was too specific. Uh, Initially, all of my like keywords and things like that had to do with grad school and counseling programs, etc., because those I am a grad student in a counseling program. But my impressions were really low. My click through rate, I mean, it was artificially high because the impressions were so low. So, what I took from that was that I made that video too specific, that somebody who's looking for information and advice for how to graduate school debt free, they're going to see mine and say, well, I'm not a grad student, so what she has to say isn't relevant to me. So I said in my video last week that maybe I'll go and change the SEO of this video. And that's what I did, and it worked. First, I changed the title to My Plan to Graduate Debt Free Financial Tips and Strategies for Students. Previously, my title included things like my counseling program and graduate school. So I made it more generic, and sure enough, people clicked. You can see this spike here on impressions click through rate. That's the day that I changed it. You can see this reflected in the impressions as well. Immediately after posting, I pretty quickly hit around 180 and stayed stagnant there until I changed the title in the SEO, and then we see this spike to almost 270, and then that's where we're plateauing now. But changing the keywords to make it more broad, more generic, did work. That is great information to know. I had a hypothesis and I proved myself right. Just to verify, let's go and take a look at the content suggesting this video, because another piece of this from last week was that the videos that were suggesting this had nothing to do with what I was making a video about. So let's have a look here. Is this Nintendo's saddest re-release ever? What is the difference between naturalization and citizenship? Productive day in my life, data scientist and grad student, and welcome to El Cajon, California. No, this is not improved. Last week, the productive day in my life was on here, so that hasn't changed. The 2 other videos that are now suggesting this are Nintendo and El Cajon, California. It has nothing to do with these videos. So while I do think that changing the SEO and the title of this video helped, it clearly didn't help enough. YouTube is still showing this video to the wrong people. So I don't think I'm going to go back and redo this specific video, but it is something to keep in mind as I make more student specific content. I just wanted to share that update since I talked about it in my last video of changing all of those details. All right, so here we are at the end of the video. What have we learned? What are our next steps going into the next week? I would say the first thing that I learned is that I can go in and change title and a description to make it more SEO friendly, and that works. So I can continue experimenting in that way when I have the time and the capacity. That's a big when, though, because as I've been talking about, I am also a student and I also work. I have a lot of things on my plate, but that is good to know going forward. Unfortunately, I do think my main takeaway is the same that it's been for these last 3 analytics updates, which is that I just need to keep working on improving my titles, my thumbnails, and my content itself. The impressions is indicative of how well I'm talking to YouTube, and I think I'm talking pretty well to YouTube. But I am not connecting with you, the viewer, very well. I'm not connecting with you enough to get you to click, and I'm not connecting with you enough to get you to stick around. I was talking to my academic advisor earlier this week. He suggested getting on LinkedIn, and I pushed back and said, I don't want to do that. It's never been helpful for me, and I don't need yet another social media to be babysitting, right? In this conversation, I told him that I think I come off better in person than I do online. I think I come off better and stronger, and I make a brighter and more authentic impression in person, face to face, than I do over a screen. And ever since I made that realization, I'm like, I wonder why that is. I wonder why, how, like what isn't translating between my energy in real life and my energy here that you get to pick up on. So, honestly, I think that my key thing to focus on is that part. Obviously, keep working on titles, keep working on thumbnails, keep working on making good content, giving valuable information, but giving it my own personal flavor, putting my Laura spin on things, I think is really going to be the thing for me to focus on going forward. How authentic am I coming across? So, unfortunately, with that being the takeaway, that's really hard because it's not something concrete to work on. Like working on thumbnails, working on titles, working on scripts. These are all things that I think you can do like market research to sort of dial in. You can see what other people are doing to dial it in. But something as subjective as coming across as myself, that's harder. That is harder. Um, you can't quantify that, right? Like, that's not data. That's not something that you can distill down into an analytic. So, um, I guess probably just practice, right? Practice talking to you, practice feeling comfortable doing this, practice feeling comfortable being seen, practice feeling comfortable receiving criticism. There's my lesson for the week. So I mentioned somewhere in here that my goal for February is to reach 100 subscribers. If you've made it this far into the video, would you please kindly do me a solid and help me reach my goal? I would so deeply appreciate it if you did. If you need to go see some other content of mine before you decide that you're willing to make that kind of commitment, please, by all means, go watch my other content. It is calling out to you to be watched. That's all I got for you today. I will see you on Wednesday with my regularly scheduled programming. I'll see you then. Ma'am. Okay, hop on. Hop on. Come on. Marsh. Okay. From, oh my god, cat. Marsh. Make a choice. Would you like to go out or stay in here? Okay, I'm gonna let you out.